just to cover on this whole I'm not a doctor bullshit. Biden had a town hall. Loved it, by the way. Biden stumbles and struggles and repeatedly slips up during town hall event. This is, using his linguistical issues because he stutters as if, But what do you think the chances are, and I've not watched this, that Hannity says he's got dementia and that he's not mentally all there? The kind of stuff you'd need a doctor to actually know.
Your fearless leader came out of hiding for a very special town hall. Very few people watched on fake news CNN. And despite a never-ending stream of softball questions and plenty of coddling from Don Lemon, well, the town hall was charitably, I'll say, an unmitigated disaster.
Yeah, you don't do anything charitably, Sean. Except, I don't know, I shouldn't say that. When you were client number 3 of Michael Cohen's, when he was a fixer for Donald Trump, and he would deal with abortions and mistresses and shit like that. This is, of course, before your marriage ended, I think. It was during the time when your wife and you were separated, and that we found out about this. I think a lot of this happened. This goes a long way back, Sean. So during the time before your wife and you separated, when you were client number 3 with Michael Cohen, and we found out you were client number 3 of Michael Cohen's, when he was basically specializing in getting rid of, paying for abortions, arranging for hush money, and dealing with porn stars. And there were only 2 guys ahead of you. That's interesting. During that time, would you describe any of that period as an unmitigated disaster?
Now, many of Joe's answers were completely incomprehensible.
There you go, off his rocker. But he's not a medical professional. So.
At times, no one seemed to know what the hell Joe was even talking about. Not even Don Lemon, not the audience, not even Joe himself. But as usual, we let you decide.
Let's see. What do you think the odds are we're going to get clipped sentences taken out of context?
I've heard you speak about it because I'm not being solicitous, but you're always straight up about what you're doing. And the question is whether or not we should be in a position where you are. Why can't the experts say we know that this virus is in fact it's going to be, or excuse me, we know why all the drugs approved are not temporarily approved, but permanently approved. Yeah. That's underway, too. I expect that to occur quickly.
Well, that means you mean for the FDA?
For the FDA, there are trusted interlocutors.
Right. So they're midway through a conversation, and he's shaping up what he's saying. Like, again, the point was, we're all clear that he's aware of what he means, right? Yeah, okay.
Think of the people. If your kid wanted to find out.
How do you change the mistrust in the system among some members in the black community?
Okay. Whether or not there's a man on the moon or whatever, something, or, whether those aliens are here or not. Who are the people they talk to beyond the kids who love talking about it? They go to people they respect.
Okay,
scientists. He's talking about if your kids, whether the moon's made of cheese, whether there's a man in the moon, whether they're aliens. They're going to talk to their buddies. It's a conspiratorial thing. That's what he's discussing. But great cut out there, Sean. I'm so concerned. America is doomed.
Okay, we have a president who, to be charitable again at times, is completely unable to communicate, a total cognitive mess. And I know...
Sean, sorry. Why would anyone want to communicate a total cognitive mess? I'm concerned, Sean, that you may be failing mentally. Let's listen to that sentence again. I don't want you to think I'm taking it out of context.
Unable to communicate.
Wait, hold on.
To be charitable again at times, is completely unable to communicate, a total cognitive mess. And I know I've joked about it in the past, but it's really not funny anymore.
Yeah, you've repeated this whole I've joked about it in the past, but it's not funny anymore. You've said that like at least every other night for about a month, I'm concerned that you're starting to repeat yourself, Sean. And I'm not a medical doctor, but I would suggest that you talk to a cognitive specialist. Maybe get, some. They have one of those person, woman, man camera TV tests that you could possibly do. Although, considering what you do for a living, that might be difficult. That might be actually too hard for you. You might go, did I already say that? Person, woman, man, camera, TV. Is that the question or my work? We just witnessed Sean Hannity on his own television show, in between clips or graphic in a moment, of Joe Biden speaking and him, I guess, going to another clip. I don't know. Like I said, I don't pre-watch these things. Drifting and saying the exact opposite of what he meant to say. This man is a professional television opinion anchor person, whatever his job description is. What did we just watch? We just watched him, a full, decade and a half younger than Joe Biden, struggle to get his point across and to at least even appear coherent to his audience. I mean, to you and I and Joe Biden, who's standing there going, hey, buddy, you sound like a dumbass. Sean, and to me, of course, and to Sean's viewers, there are times when, Sean, nobody knows what the fuck you're talking about.
This is a real...
Oh, you like the clip louder? Okay, sorry. I'll raise this. Beg your pardon. Thank you.
National security crisis that has emerged not only for the U.S. but the world, and it's completely being ignored by the media mob, the big tech mob. The
big tech mob is ignoring a national security thing? What is that?
Twitter blue check mob and big...
Okay, fuck. I was kind of joking. He's making fun of Biden for rambling and not making sense, saying an inversion of what he actually means to say, and then starts that. What the fuck is this? Sean, run this by me again.
National security crisis that is...
Okay.
A total cognitive mess. And I know I've joked about it in the past, but it's really not funny anymore. This is a real national security crisis that has emerged not only for the U.S. but the world, and it's completely being ignored by the media mob, the big tech mob, the Twitter blue check mob and big tech cult that exists. They only seem to talk to each other. But when Joe was...
What the fuck was that? I don't know. Like, I understand it's an you should be able to count on some of your talking points just falling out of your face without having to think about it. You know, when you say shit, it's like when I'm doing the radio show and I'm like the House Park Radio program, Mega Worldwide on WCPT Radio, Chicago's Progressive Talk. After a while, it just clicks right out. Like, if I get it started, I can't stop saying it. When I fill in for people on the radio, sometimes it'll be like muscle memory, right? And what? Sean, if you're going to say that Biden, who is saying something original that is dealing with a multitude of people's thoughts on it, this is not your uniform cultish viewers who only want to see one thing all the time, and if you try even remotely to veer off that, they will shit you bloody for 24 hours straight, which is exactly what happened with the vaccine thing. And you're sitting here, you know what you have to say. You say the same shit all the time. And then you go into autopilot and the autopilot crashes the plane?
Not only for the U.S. but the world, and it's completely being ignored by the media mob, the big tech mob, the Twitter blue check mob. And big tech cult that exists. They only seem to talk to each other. But when Joe was able to form a semi-coherent sentence, well, he was...
Sean, you weren't able to form a semi-coherent sentence 3 seconds ago.
Almost always lying. Now, the first example involves crime in America. According to your president, Joe Biden, crime is actually down, he says. Watch for yourself.
Now, I'm not being a wise guy. There's no reason you should. Have you seen my gun violence legislation I've introduced? As you know, because you're so involved, actually crime is down. Gun violence and murder rates are up. Guns.
Okay, Joe, you're the president, but I'll help you out. Murder is way up in...
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, that's what he's talking about. He's talking about violent crime specifically, like shootings and killings because of shootings are way up. But by comparison, robbery, burglary, and other stuff is down. Rising violent crime is likely to present a political challenge for Democrats in 2022. And it hasn't rising violent crime at different points in history hasn't made it difficult for whoever was in power at the time.
In every major city in the country, assaults are up, carjackings, they've spiked also.
They're included in what he was talking about.
Oh, out there in California, the socialist paradise that it is. Shoplifting now is so bad because they're not going to arrest you or charge you unless you steal over $1,000. Retailers now have to close early, and some retailers have closed locations permanently because of the never-ending theft. Just look at your screen.
Yeah, that's a city issue.
Right now, look at what's happening here. It's happening all over California. Crooks, what they do is they come in with like garbage bags, they fill them up with merchandise, keep it under $1,000 so they don't get in trouble, and they just walk right out of the store, and in Joe's reality, everything's free. Wow.
Yeah, that's not... How many of you been to the store recently? Did that happen any of the times you were at the store? Yes, there's footage of this. Yes, this is happening. Yes, these folks need to be arrested. But statistically speaking, these kind of things are higher, and regular shoplifting is down. Yeah, but yeah, how about if you steal $1 million in taxes? Exactly.
What about, how does a business ever get to stay in business?
How does the Trump organization ever have to stay in business if they ever have to pay taxes, Sean? Yeah.
Business that way. They rarely get arrested and almost never get prosecuted. But according to Joe Biden, the real problem in this country, that's Americans who lawfully exercise your Second Amendment rights, your
No, it's people who unlawfully exercise a Second Amendment right they don't have, like felons with guns and straw purchases. You dumb fuck.
constitutional rights. Watch this.
The idea you need a weapon that can have the ability to fire 20, 30, 40, 50, 120 shots from that weapon, whether it's a 9mm pistol or whether it's a rifle, is ridiculous. I'm continuing to push to eliminate.
Yeah, it is. If you need that many shots, you're only shooting at cops or involved in gang warfare. If you need that many shots for home self-defense, what the fuck kind of magic elixir do you have?
The sale of those things.
Okay, Joe, I own 9mm weapons. I even have a license to carry a 9mm weapon. It's a handgun. It's one of the most basic self-defense weapons.
Apparently you don't have a license for the magazine, though.
And there is no 120 clip magazine for a 9mm pistol that I've ever.
Thank you, CSL. Nine millimeter, 50 round, 40 round drum magazine. This is a lovely picture. Right here you go. And by the way, he's not just talking about handguns. He was talking about AR-15s and the like. But there you go. How about this guy? How about this, Sean? May I? Because we looked at this once before. Let's see. I'll have to bring up something real quick. It'll probably make me choppy for a moment while I bring up too many pages. This always happens. Let's see. Modified full auto handgun. Let's look at, okay. Here you go.
100 round drum mag.
Hold on. Here we go. This is a dude from Off Grid, but on Totally Rad. This took me all of 4 seconds to. Let's check this out.
Full auto Glock.
Sorry, what was that again? Hold on, they're gonna drive down this thing. He's going where? He gets injured because something. Ooh, God, what the hell? Does he get shot? What's he have? You fire this thing? I guess so. Okay, at some point during this full auto fun piece of shrapnel found its way. Okay, so he's firing. This is fun. This is the gun that Sean Hannity says does not exist.
There's something in there.
Yeah, you want to
Yeah, he got a piece of shrapnel in his shoulder. Sean, what doesn't exist? Hey, Sean Hannity. You fucking dunce. Ladies and gentlemen, Sean Hannity is a dipshit. Yeah, sorry. What was that again, Sean? What was it? What was that? I forget. I have to check in with what were you lying?
No 120 clip magazine for.
First of all, there's no such thing as clip magazine, noob. Do you know how much shit you get online if you call a magazine a clip?
And there is no 120 clip magazine for a 9mm pistol that I've ever heard of.
Oh, hold on. Where's this? Here we go. That's nutty. That's why. So are we supposed to get on a technicality because this is technically only a 100 round drum mag? Is that where you're getting? Yeah, this looks like self-defense to me. You know what I mean?
There's some.
That doesn't look at all like something a drug dealer or anybody like that would. Yeah, no, that's totally all right. So what do you need to get, Sean? What do you? Let's see. They got other stuff in there. What's this? Micro conversion for a Glock. Here you go. You can convert your Glock to hold. There you go. Click that right onto your MC K 2.0. There you go. That's this thing right there. Just link that. This is lovely. This is good. This is for deer hunting. Sorry, Sean. Beg your pardon. You were being a dumbass.
But I'm open to seeing it if you could show it to me.
I'm not playing. You show me yours with Sean. But goddamn, this is dumb.
But I wouldn't expect Joe Biden to know that because he barely seems to know what day of the week.
Hey, fuckstick. He doesn't actually have a Glock that he carries. He's never needed one. He's a big advocate of self-defense shotguns. You fucking tool. You know what he does know? He knows more about handguns and the available aftermarket parts for them than you do, you dumbass. Look at that. They're making bacon. He's cooking bacon with a silencer. There you go. Or with that. There you go, John. Yeah, that's good. He just said ow right then because one of the shells went into his shoulder. Yeah. Sorry, Sean?
Week it is, and doesn't really seem to have a firm grasp on any issues of any substance. And sometimes, well, it seems like he's living in this, alternate reality of his. In fact, get this, according to Joe, there's no...
Dude, did you get that far fucking adrift from your own teleprompter? This is, by the way, when he does this is him going back to what was in there. Look at this. Look at the look on his face. That is a person rejoining the teleprompter in progress. They have stopped it, and they're like, all right, he'll pick up when he fucking, I don't know where he went.
There's no longer a crisis at our southern border. This is what they call, well, at Burger King, a Whopper with cheese and double bread and double
bread. Yeah, that's what people ask for. Fucking hell! Sean! God damn it! You can't shit on Biden for not being able to put a thought together and then say Whopper with cheese and double bread. Double bread?
Burger King, a
what the?
At our southern border. This is what they call, well, at Burger King, a Whopper with cheese and double bread and double, meat.
Fucking hell! Oh, bro. How the double bread and double meat? And who does this when they're double meat? Well, obviously, Trump when he's...
Look.
We have been able to move significantly to change the number. There were thousands of people in custody with the Border Patrol. It's now cut by 90%. There's considerably down.
Stay on script.
What was that? Oh! What was that, Sean? Because, dude, you had a hot mic moment.
90%. There's considerably down.
Stay on script.
You want to stay on the script? His producer's telling him that he is fucking rambling. That's...
Of people
listen to this. Holy shit.
In custody with the Border Patrol. It's now cut by 90%. There's considerably down.
Stay on script. All right, Joe, there are fewer migrants in DHS custody because your administration, I'll tell you.
Did you guys hear that? Did you guys hear? You want to stay on script? Because his producer in his ear is going, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? Who has double bread? What the fuck is the matter with you? You can't crap on Biden for having cognitive disorders and shit the bed this badly, veering off prompter. Double bread. His producers just told him to stay on script.
Tell you why. You are releasing them all over the country. And, of course, migrants continue to pour across the southern border in droves. Here we got the numbers for June.
Define drove.
Yep, another record.
In all, border officials encountered migrants were there 188,829 times, the largest number in a single month in recent history. Recent history. Huh. Do you think that number would be that high if there hadn't been a Remain in Mexico thing and a good portion of these folks hadn't just been waiting? So the regular stream hadn't been interrupted, kind of like damming a river for a while and then releasing the dam and then everything else comes through and, man, the basement's flooded. You know, I think it's something like that. Recent history. Is it going to...
188,000 migrants entering our country illegally, and that's only the numbers that we know about. Now, this...
Either that or they're encountering almost all of them.
This is in the New York Times, Joe.
I mean, let's not kid ourselves. If you catch all of the criminals that commit a crime, the number of crime, the amount of crime on, statistically is going to go up because you're seeing the actual criminals. If a bunch of them get through, the numbers could be lower. If you suddenly are better at getting them, your number's going to be higher.
Oh, and I assume you're still able to read, but I digress. The next lie from Joe Biden, that would involve inflation, which every American is feeling, and it's really bad. Watch.
The feeling is bad or the inflation is bad?
Guess what? Instead of paying 10 cents, you're paying 20. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It relates to what, in fact, is now needed because we're growing. I don't know anybody, including Larry Summers, who's a friend of mine, who's worried about inflation, is suggesting that there's any long-term march here if we do the things we're going to do.
So the economist that Joe is referring to has a name. His name is Lawrence Summers, and he literally wrote an op-ed entitled, "The Inflation Risk is..."
Risk? Yeah, but they have to do the things they're going to do. Sean, look, we've already established tonight that you carry a gun you know nothing about. You can't string a sentence together without the teleprompter or someone saying in your ear, stay on script. And now we know that you have shit in your ears and can't relate it to anything you read. Because what Biden was saying was, if we do the things we need to do, we're not worried about inflation long term.
is real. Articles in the Wall Street Journal, articles in Forbes and Bloomberg also discuss.
Sean, his article is in the Washington Post.
Articles in the Wall Street Journal, articles in Forbes and Bloomberg also discuss the long-term inflation risk. It's getting bad. We even now are calculating the misery index that we really.
Several more months of rapid inflation before easing worries about housing impact. Yeah. Deflation is the real long-term problem because you've got a bottleneck in the supply chain, and once it opens up again, all these products that people couldn't get anywhere because of COVID are going to dump onto the market, cratering everything. You tool. You need deflation can be as big a problem. It can undermine like almost every industry. So this is something you have to worry about. But if all you're worried about is inflation because politically you think that helps you, then what you ultimately do is you don't solve the problem that's actually coming.
We really haven't measured since Jimmy Carter, and even Biden's own Treasury Secretary, Janet Yellen.
Yeah, but there wasn't a pandemic at any point during the Carter administration.
Yellen warned of months of rapid inflation.
Well, Sean, do me a favor. Look, we know you love to take clips of Biden speaking and other people speaking, and then you cut off the end of the sentence to make it look like they said something they didn't, or you're the king of contextual editing. But when we can all see before easing, it kind of fucks up your whole talking point. Next time, have your dude at Fiverr just stop right here. Yellen sees several more months of rapid inflation. That's still technically true minus context, and you could sell your own viewers on that bullshit for quite some time. Someone in the booth is fucking with you, Sean.
Maybe Joe missed that meeting, or maybe he just forgot.
Hey, maybe you can't fucking read.
Or maybe he just sent Kamala Harris to do more of the jobs that he's supposed to do. Now, inflation is not only, a glaring concern in the Biden economy, another
Bidenflation.
serious problem surrounds the massive labor shortage. That's real, too. In many cases, businesses now are completely unable to fill job openings because of Biden's.
Yeah, because we would have been able to handle this. We would have even been able to end the UI sooner. Except for the Delta variant is fucking everybody into a cocked hat. And I can't imagine who it was that told people that the vaccine, that's your choice. It's not a big deal. If you flip a coin.
Generous COVID-19 handouts that continue to go on.
So people don't die of the Delta variant because they work in states or in cities like Los Angeles where you got 4 million unvaccinated people.
But don't worry, according to Joe, if you're a business owner, you can just magically print money and pay everyone more, and you're probably going to have to suffer more. Kind of sounded like Jimmy Carter saying, lower your heat and put a sweater on. Take a look.
Okay, I'm waiting for this to sound like Jimmy Carter telling people to put on sweaters.
Guess is that people being $7, $8 an hour plus tips. That's I think, John, you're going to be finding $15 an hour or more now.
You said we're going to end the things that may be keeping people.
Why would he get a round of applause if no one in the audience knew what he was talking about?
Back. You think that's the unemployment benefits?
Well, that was
expanded?
argued it was. I don't think it did much, but the point is it's argued that because the extended unemployment benefits kept people, they'd rather stay home and not work than go to work.
You don't think it did that?
I see no evidence it had any serious impact on it.
And yes, there you have yet another lie from.
I see no evidence that it had a serious impact on it. How many people are on unemployment insurance every year? Hold on a second. Okay. As far as the workforce in general. Let's see. Sorry if it makes me choppy a little bit for a moment. Let's see. Let's see. Let's go. Unemployment number, insurance. Let's try to find the actual. Let's see. That's giving me just the local number. I need, let's see. U.S. I'll put a U.S. on there. 7 days ago. This is the July. Here we go. Let's find out. Transmission materials and release embargoed until 8:30 a.m. News release. Unemployment insurance weekly claims. In the week ending July 17th, the advance figure for seasonally adjusted initial claims was 419,000, an increase of 51,000 from the previous week's revised level. The previous week's level was revised up by 8,000 from 360 to 368. The 4-week moving average was 385,250, an increase of 750 from the previous week's. The previous week's average was revised up by 2,000 from 382,500 to 384,500. Seasonal adjusted initial claims. Seasonally adjusted insured unemployment. This is July 18th, 17th claim. Normally, when you look at a graph that shows a rising problem, it leans the other direction. Let's see. Maybe it gets worse. Unadjusted data. Here you go. Here's last year. Let's see. Here's when Trump was... The dotted line is when Trump was president. And this is this year. This is the not seasonally adjusted. This is the number of people unemployed. You know, not the people who like ski resorts during the summertime and the like. This is going down. This is better. This is better. And then this is last year when Trump shit the bed. Pa-pow! March, April, May, June, July. March, April, May, June, July. And look at the June, July not seasonally adjusted insured unemployment here. This is the last 52 weeks. This is March to June. This is February. This is January. Here you go. There's Biden coming into office right about here. And here's Biden coming into office right around there. There we go. So, total number of continued weeks claimed for benefits, claims for benefits in all programs for the week ending July 3rd was 12,573,833. A decrease of 1.2 million from the previous week. There were 32,935,407 weekly claims filed for benefits in all programs in a comparable week in 2020. Let's see. Do we have another graph in here? No, here you go. These initial claims. These are first starters. Initial claim forward moving average. These are people going in and out. So the weekly claims go up, but then the rolling claims. Those are depends on the state how how they make you sign up for it. Pandemic unemployment's 110,000. July 17th, July 20th is 96,000. There's a lot of. By the way, this is a spike caused by the Delta variant. People not going to fucking work. I'm not going to go die for this burger flipping job, no matter how much Sean Hannity thinks I deserve to die. Yeah, they can't talk about lumber prices anymore. I went back to normal. Yeah.
From Joe Biden, according to multiple reports, the Biden unemployment benefits are keeping workers home. And get this, the jobless rate, sadly, it just went up again. But according to Biden, well, who has, by the way, never actually worked in a business. He's been in the swamp, the sewer for, 50-plus years.
What did you do, fucking flip pancakes, you yapper? I've been doing my radio show for, 12 years now? And in that time, I was, and the previous live stream on it, if you include that, I also was on Queer as Folk, all the I Love This, toured the nation doing stand-up, had Lab Rats, Dude, Where's My Car, Spider-Man 2, and Sean, you've been sitting in the same fucking chair this whole time.
years.
Oh, I'm sorry. You do a radio version of this exact same shit every day.
Maybe 500, depending how you do math, outside of Hunter's pay-for-play schemes. He did make money there.
No, he didn't. That's, by the way, that's an allegation, and what you're saying is criminal now. Bring your evidence,
fair,
asshole.
we got to report all his income. We now know that he directly benefited from zero experience, Hunter. Now, these greedy business owners.
How? I mean, normally I would just move on from Sean's bullshit right now. How? From the alleged laptop? Show it. Sean Hannity, show me a picture of the bring Rudy Giuliani on and have him hold up the fucking laptop. And then have him walk you through how he doesn't have the laptop, he just got a stack of hard drives, that one of which he brought back from Ukraine, and that he's been doling out these things, and they allegedly have child porn on them, and then explain why you had a hard drive with child porn in your studio and you didn't call the police.
Owners just have to pay people more money. Okay, how much are other people willing to pay for a hamburger, cheeseburger, French fries? You know, between the lying, the insults, the stammering, the, confusion of Joe Biden, well, that town hall was, to say the least, tough to watch for the few people that actually watched it. One Washington Post reporter noted, quote, President Biden has said not a joke at least 7 times the past 30 minutes. In other words, it's not a joke, literally. Sad, but it's...
We know you can read that. Sean, you've literally used that talking point about, I used to joke about this, but it's too serious now. You have, since Biden has become president, he says this shit nonstop. Fucking hell.
It's true. This is your president. You decide.
Yes, I like him. I like his work. And it does not bother me that he has a speech impediment. Nothing about it bugs me. You have no excuse. We know that Biden's had a stutter his whole life. What is your excuse, Sean? If I stammer and fuck up a word and I catch it, because sometimes I'm talking so fast it zips right by, but most of the time, you guys see, I'm like, what did I just say? Yeah, my lips work. I'll correct myself because I'm aware. I don't like to actually breeze past a mispronunciation and just move on. I don't know that Sean Hannity is capable of recognizing when he mispronounces something or when he inverts the meaning of a sentence. Because we've seen today 6 times in this show, we have seen Sean Hannity say the opposite of what he meant to say or have some weird non sequitur about double bread.
Side again.
It really has. Not a joke. No, I'm not joking. Not a joke.
Oh, boy. Hold on.
It really has. Not a joke.
Okay, not a joke is the phrase. Not a joke is the phrase. And by the way, that's like, for him, it's his way of saying no kidding. And in a lot of ways, I'm not kidding. If you say that right, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. I'm not messing with you. Those kind of things. There's a very strong chance that he has a stutter. Because of his stutter, he doesn't say that phrase. He came up with not a joke as one of his ways of saying that. Now, saying that, what was the thing about the tweet? President Biden has said not a joke at least 7 times over the past 30 minutes. Not a joke, literally.
Yes.
Okay.
In other words, it's not a joke, literally.
No, not in other words. You're not paraphrasing Matt Visor's tweet, by the way, Sean. You just read the end of it as if you thought of it. Honestly, do you smell burnt toast, Sean? I'm becoming genuinely worried.
Sad, but it's true. And this is your president.
Okay, let's hear the proof.
Decide again.
It really has. Not a joke. No, I'm not joking.
Oh, boy. I'm not joking is not him habitually saying not a joke. Doesn't count. Judges, anybody who, I need a judge's ruling on this. If we're going to hammer him for saying not a joke, and the graphic itself says not a joke, not a joke, not a joke, and he says I'm not joking, that doesn't count. Then you're opening up, I'm not kidding. No, if he says for real, does that count too?
Yeah.
It really has. Not a joke. No, I'm not joking. Not a joke. Not a joke. Not a joke.
Yeah, but repeating it for emphasis is not the same thing. He's not lost in the sentence. That doesn't count either. You're double counting. Because if I go, I'm serious, that doesn't mean I am repeating the word I'm serious because I'm losing control of my mental faculties. Emphasis doesn't count.
Not a joke. I'm not joking.
See, I'm not joking, still doesn't count. That's another one. I like, again, doesn't count.
Not a joke. Come on, man. Did you use cocaine? Are you a junkie? Now, that was a moment during the campaign, one of the rare moments he left his basement bunker. I guess the only saving grace.
What the fuck? Sean, back up. Does anybody know what the shit he's talking about?
Did you use cocaine?
Not a joke. Not a joke. Not a joke.
Yeah. He says it twice for emphasis those times. When he does say it, he says it twice for emphasis sometimes. If I go, come on, man, come on. I think there's something wrong with him. He keeps saying, come on. Like you're throwing it in every other sentence. Like, for fuck's sake.
I'm not joking.
Okay, now, does anybody know where Sean is going with this? Because I'm not privy to all the moments that he's discussing or that he reviews constantly on his show, or that this might just be a callback his audience fucking loves. But let's just say you've rolled up on Sean Hannity's show. You've never seen the show before. Or you don't watch regularly. You're a Tucker person, and you fell asleep with the Daily Stormer website up, and you're like, shit, I'm missing Fox. And you flick over and this guy's on, and you're like, oh, well, let's see what he has to say. Would you know what the fuck he's talking about right here?
Not a joke. Come on, man. Did you use cocaine? Are you a junkie? Now, that was a moment during the campaign, one of the rare moments he left his basement bunker. I guess the only saving grace for the Biden administration is that very few people saw it. More people watched our town hall from Miami. And look at this. The auditorium for Joe was half empty.
And?
Wow.
And? It's a set. Who cares? I mean, whatever they're setting it up for. They had a number of people. They had a limited number of people there because of the Delta variant, and he's the president of the United States. If he dies, it's important. However, yours with Trump, if any of you got sick, there might be a ruffle in the ad rev at Fox for about a week, but then everybody would go, fuck it. Nobody cares.
Doesn't look like a Trump rally in any way, does it?
No, it doesn't. There's no assholes in Q sweaters. Nobody there is sun-bleached and dehydrated.
And while many on the left would like to ignore Joe Biden altogether, well...
No, I watched the town hall, and I retweet him a lot, actually. I like what he has to say. I loved how he stomped that reporter with the QAnon reference yesterday or late last night.
Well, it's way past time that the administration answers serious questions about the president's clear cognitive decline.
Okay, fuckhead. Clear cognitive decline. Sean, you edited together clips intentionally to make Biden look like he has cognitive decline. You took shit out of context on purpose. You doubled up on your accusations and failed miserably. And then, in between those moments, those edited moments that you are intentionally building to carry your narrative, you fucked up live on national television at least a dozen times. Nobody knew what the fuck you were talking about. Your own producer had to go in your ear and go, stay on script. And you went, oh, stay on script. And then you still wandered off into double bread. I think that was before it. Honest to God. Honest to God. Like, have you ever seen a swing and a miss like this? I don't watch Sean Hannity regularly, so that, maybe he was having a bad night. Maybe his vape pen was out. Maybe he, he just woke up from his nap and didn't get his sippy cup. It used to not be funny, but now it's a joke. I guess it's an inversion of this. Joe Biden with a stutter. It took you and your editors all fucking day to cut something together that weakly carried your narrative that he has some sort of cognitive decline. And your own producer, you had a hot mic where your producer had to tell you to stay on script because you were wandering off the reservation and nobody knew what the fuck you were talking about, Sean. You're a moron. This is amazing.
It is no longer in dispute. But don't expect tough questions from the media mob. They will keep him.
We went back to mob. Remember when he said mob a bunch of times? Should I put in a ding sound effect every time you say mob, Sean?
In the media mob big tech.
Fucking hell. I didn't call that one.
Protection program at all costs. And needless to say, this probably, will be the last town hall we'll see in a very long time. Hey, Sean Hannity here.
No, actually, there'll be one this fall, probably around the infrastructure bill, and then moving on to voting rights to continue that forward. He's probably going to do one a quarter. God damn, that's dumb. I don't know why I think that the Fox hosts would be better at what they do just out of habit. All right. That's amazing. By the way, Sean, effectively, I own you. I mean, there is no way. Like, I know that most of your viewers will never see this clip or this episode of my show, but from this point forward, you're trapped. You are trapped. You will never get out of the box I have put you in. I instantly, and without the help of a live staff of people or anybody in my ear telling me to stay on script, was able to rebuke and rebut every stupid point, at least the cogent ones, that you were attempting to make that were in the script, with 2 clicks of a mouse and some typing. It wasn't even difficult. Honestly, I'm shocked. I am shocked that Hannity's show is this lame. Yeah. By the way, share this clip with everybody at Fox News. Just saying. I'll definitely go on Hannity's show anytime and call him out on any of this nonsense. Live, with no hesitation. And I guarantee if he ever brought me on, it would involve my mic being cut. Guarantee it. The end of the segment will involve my mic being cut. And not because I'm being rude or a dick or anything like that.